much, Casey. First of all, thank you for your help. I'm sorry for making a video here at the hotel. I tried to make this morning in Highland, but I don't know what I did, and I touched the screen of the cell phone, and I took a picture instead of a video. So now I'm going to repeat the process to see if everything's okay. So what I'd like you to do, guys, is please watch my document imaging demo. Carissa wants me to teach document imaging, so I want to show you the way I will teach, and if you have any comments, please, I would love to have your feedback. So, okay, suppose I'm using the screen in a class, so I will be acting as if I were really presenting the solution. So now we're going to start talking about document imaging. Document imaging is a process to import documents into OnBase that deals with scanners or electronic documents, and basically it's dedicated to produce images when you're scanning and importing any type of electronic document. So this is a regular situation. Many companies have faced this problem today because they have thousands and thousands of pages, and this is a problem because every time you need to find a document, you need to physically search it, and if you want to find a document that is in the back of the pile, you need to move all the documents, so you're going to lose the order. It's almost impossible really to maintain any kind of order in this situation. So what can we do to get rid of the paper? What can we do in order we can use electronic documents instead of that? There are three main ways to deal with imaging in OnBase. The first one is the scanning. Scanning is a process that involves the usage of a scanner, a physical scanner. You start with the paper document, and you're going to transform this document into an image by scanning physically this document, and you're going to depend upon a driver. Scanners are Twain, ISIS or Kofax based in terms of interface. And also you have the sweeping. Sweeping is another process. Sweeping involves importing any kind of electronic file into OnBase. When I say any kind of electronic file, it doesn't mean I'm going to be able to read all the electronic files. So suppose I can import, Sweep can import a PDF file, but if you don't have the PDF, the Acrobat reader, you won't be able to read the document. So sweeping does not ensure you're going to read all the documents you are importing. So you must take care of that. You must have the readers, so you'll be able to really access the documents. And finally you have scan from disk. Scan from disk is also driver based. It is used exclusively for those clients that have Colfax, and it works only with images. Okay, so there are three terms of document imaging you need to understand prior to start working with them. The first one is the batch. Batch is a group of documents that are going to travel physically through the scan queue. So if I have a batch of documents, I may have documents like I could have a contract with 25 pages, one document with 25 pages, but I could have 25 different documents, one page each. So I could have 25 I-9 forms. So it's a different situation. I have the same 25 pages, but in the first case it's a single contract with 25 pages, and in the second one I have 25 one-page document. And I could also have five-page documents. I could have a batch with multiple documents with multiple pages. So any kind of combination, but I need to understand that this will form a batch. The second term you need to understand is the scan queue. Scan queue is the configuration configuration settings for a scan or sweep process that will determine the way the documents will be will be brought inside the on-base and the way they're going to be handled. So it means assign a disk group, assign a document type, the users that are going to access those documents in that scan queue in particular. You will also learn how to configure what is going to happen to the document after it comes into the system. So we're going to see in a few moments that there is a document life cycle. So there are many processes you need to use or to apply into a document in order to have a real document that is ready to be used and handled electronically by the on-base. The third concept you need to understand is the scan format. Scan format, as the name itself explains, is the scanner configuration. So a scan format, it involves determining and informing the scanner the number of pages that will be processed, if it is a single or multiple pages, the same way as explained to you for the batch. The scanner communication, train eyes, there are some other particularities that will involve showing the scan interface while you are scanning and things like that. So let's talk about the document imaging life cycle. Document imaging life cycle, you have many different processes since the document starts, in this case a physical paper, until it is processed and committed. It is important to notice that a document must not, it's not an obligation that it goes through all those steps. It will depend upon what you are going to do with it. So if you don't have a barcode or image quality assurance, or if you don't have advanced capture or OCR, you're never going to have those steps in the document processing. But if you want to use a separation, you don't have a barcode, there is another way to separate documents, separate batches. We'll talk about those later, but you could have a white page in the middle of the documents, and the scanner is able to identify the white pages and is going to separate, is going to say, okay, this is a new document. So there are many, many options to scan to import a document. Then those are part of the life cycle. So let's finally see those critical concepts you need to know. Imaging is a separate license, so you need to register your workstation if you intend to work with document imaging. You also need a scan queue configuration, so you need to tell on-base what is going to be done in order you can import that document and process the document. And finally, you need a scan queue format. So you will need to set up this process prior to scanning a document. So let's take a look at this in the practical matter. Okay, let's take a look at the scanning process. So we will go to the client. Okay. First of all, you need to activate admin, user management, and workstation registration. This is the first part you need to do. In order you can use the document imaging, you need to activate the license. So you will select the first workstation. It is the workstation you are using, and it's easy to identify because it's the one with the asterisk. Okay? So on the right side you have this drop down, and you're going to select production document imaging training. Okay, then you register and exit. Okay, once you have done that, we'll sweep a few documents. So you go to processing, scan index. There is also a scan queue ready. So you double click, and then you right click and you're going to sweep the directory. When you sweep the directory, the home base is going to ask you if you are going to import image files in a particular directory. So you're going to sweep the directory. It's going to ask you where are the files. So you're going to browse in your disk. You're going to see sysadmin. Okay, then you go to AP credit memo, and you select the document type AP credit memo. Once you have done that, you click OK, and HomeBase is going to ask you, are you sure you want to sweep the directory? Yes, I am sure. And then you're going to have a batch imported. So this batch is going to be placed in the awaiting index. So when you click in the awaiting index, you have the option to index the documents.